Alright guys, here we're looking at a Genuine motorcycle company, G400c, a new 400cc motorcycle from Genuine. You're going to notice a striking similarity to the Honda XR, XR400, or maybe even the later GB500. These bikes are sold in Europe as the MASH. You can look it up if you want to see reviews or commentary about the bike. You're going to look it up as a MASH 400, manufactured by Shine Ray and Chongqing. We have kind of been enjoying the bikes, playing around with them for a little while now. And this one, of course, is straight out of the crate. Just got done prepping it. Now, that being said, I will let you know, the uncrating and prep procedure on this bike is no small affair. These come in a really tiny crate. And that really tiny crate is there to save on shipping costs. And that crate is a real handful. A good mechanic doing a proper prep on this bike, do not be shocked if it takes you longer than 2 hours to do this bike correctly. So to kind of get you through it, we got a second here at this red light. We're going to show you some of the stuff. All the display, all the stuff is very much what you're used to seeing. We've got the turn signal icon on the left. For left and right, shares one bulb, high beam, low beam. Okay, that's the blue lens on the left. We've got a neutral indicator light, we've got a check engine light, and we've got a low fuel light. And these, best as I can tell, about 3.5 gallons of gas. And there's no reason you should not be able to run this bike forever on the least expensive 87 octane gas. Now, that does not mean go ahead and put E85 in it. I do not recommend that or any other heavy ethanol blends. But a standard 87 octane gas would probably be no problem for this bike, based on that's what we've run in the other ones and put quite a few miles on them with no significant difficulties. I'll take you down to the Metroparks. Again, this is the Old Lorraine Road, runs behind the Fairview Hospital, a road that's notorious for being in bad repair. And even this gorgeous, nice, cool 56 degree day, we're not going to be dealing with great road surface down here. Now, what does this bike feel like? Well, if you're familiar with the Yamaha SR400, or if you're familiar with a Honda GB500, if you're lucky enough, that's what it feels like. It does feel, it's a single cylinder, it does have a 4-valve head, so you are going to see 2 exhaust headers coming out of the front of the motor. That does throw a lot of people off. They think it's a twin. It is not. It is a single. That 4-valve head, though, does give this bike a really nice performance. It does pull very nicely. It's a real strong performer. I'll kind of run you down through here. Just do a little Metroparks here. Head down into Valley Parkway. Now this bike doesn't seem to have any problem at all. 5-speed transmission, it has no problem at all running it out to over 8,000 RPM. It is a very happy rever, no question about it. However, here we are in top gear, 40 miles per hour, and you can see we're only clicking along at 3,200 RPM or less. So it is a very casual, very laid-back standard. It's not little buzzing its little guts out. It's a happy bike. And everything on this bike is, UJB. It's a universal Japanese bike in every sense except for the fact that it comes from China. If you do want to see what the Japanese call this bike in its Asian markets, you can look up the Honda, I believe it's a CB400s, and you'll see what this bike has been carried on for a long time as. Now, as a MASH, out of France being sold into Germany and England as well, everyone's been happy with it. It's been a well-loved, well-received bike. And hitting that $4,500 price point keeps it in the affordable range. Now again, I did not downshift, so we're lugging this motor at 35 miles per hour in top gear, and it's fine with it. We'll change down to 4th gear and give it a gear range it's a little bit happier with. I'll give you a little bit of a better look at the gauges there. There you go. It's always nice to ride through the Metroparks, especially on a work day. So the tone you're hearing, exhaust, gotta say, I really gotta give them credit. That is stainless steel pipes, 2 of them. So dual exhaust headers and dual exhaust the whole way back into some very nice stainless steel pea shooters that not only look the part, but they definitely do work. We did a scrambler conversion on one of these bikes, and it has been a joy to ride. Had a fun time running around on it. And we're going to go ahead and climb the hill out of the park here. Now the Metroparks goes all the way around the city of Cleveland, many, many miles. And the nice thing is, aside from this one, and very few others, there aren't too many traffic control devices. It's a really nice throaty sound. It's got a nice little roar to it when it's on the power. Yeah, it's really hard to not like this bike. If you like a good standard, and you know, it makes all the same power that a old CB450 made, but it does it with a hell of a lot less weight. I mean, this thing is light compared to the old Honda Twins. You know, you're in that 350 range on the weight on this thing. And it does. The 4 valves, man, it really makes power nicely. Review for us. And again, 45 miles per hour, top gear. It is kind of lugging it, but, you know, it's... What I like about this bike is with a lot of the small displacement bikes, they're geared... they're just geared too low. And you find a bike that by the time you get to 70 miles an hour, it's just screaming its guts out. And that is not the case with this bike. It's a very happy bike. The acceleration on the launch is fun. You know, 1st gear and 2nd gear, if you want to slip the clutch, you can very easily pull the front wheel up. It's not a challenge at all. The brakes are confidence inspiring. It's got a single front disc, and it's a big front disc. So it's given you plenty of real estate with that front brake. If I have one complaint so far, it's that it is tough to find neutral. Of course, that time I found it first tick, but it is, yeah, it can be a little bit of a challenge to find neutral. That's, if I have a complaint, that's it. The rest of it, though, I mean, this is a bike that, as you can see by the clock, it's got, well, 9 miles on it now. And it feels great. This bike likes a good solid prep. It likes to have everything looked at. But we haven't seen complaints with, you know, bad fasteners or cross threads or stuff that we've seen on some other bikes. And got to give them credit. They're really working this one. We'll give a rip on the... There you go, shifting at 9,000 RPM. It is fun, you know, small bike, all the hell and fury, and we were just barely up to 50 miles per hour there. And that is a lot of the joy of, you know, rather than riding a fast bike slow, ride a slow bike fast. Yeah, this thing's a blast. It's, you know, terrorize the neighborhood on this thing and spin your guts out, look down and still be within the legal limit. Pretty cool. To all you folks in Vermont and all the other enlightened places that can lane split, good for you. We are not allowed to. Yeah, 60 miles per hour was no problem under 5,000 RPM. So it certainly has legs. Just an absolute joy to ride. So we're going to check out, and if you like this video, leave us a comment down in the bottom. If you want to get more videos like this, remember to subscribe so you can get all the updates. And we do answer all the comments. So with that, of course, always remember, ride fast and take chances.